we are going to start die cutting, making the book. So to explain it, now when you get the book, this the book spine is like this. So you get these dies. Now here, I mean, these two are labeled sentiments, and this one is the label for the bookmark. Everything else is construction based, so you really kind of need to know what they do. So I have got here, imagine all your messy play, and you know, I know that you do a lot of, you know, backgrounds and paintings, yes, and things like this. And of course, we all, if we like to experiment with color, we might end up having lots of A4 beautiful pieces of cards, and then we don't know what to do. Make books with it.
Yeah, do you know what? It's amazing when, even if you're just using a piece of paper to mop up your colours or just underneath, when you take it away, don't throw it away. Start cutting into it, cut it up, and using these dies is absolutely perfect for it.
Absolutely, and it's just almost like making your own art journal.
Yeah, do you know, it's almost like making art by accident.
Exactly,
Paola.
yeah.
If you mean to make the book cover, sometimes it doesn't quite work out, but if you just put together some colours and just go for it, when you make the book cover, it's like it was meant to be.
It is. Now, what it is important when you die cut, I would always recommend to make sure that you don't have any debris or any leftover pieces in there, because they are smaller cuts in there. Now, it's cuts and scores, so then you can see. And I wanted something that is really quick and easy to make a book with. Now, when you die cut the spine or the hinge, you will get this. So it's hard to see, but you have got definitely this scoring lines as well. What you do, you start folding it, and you can fold it either way because it's going to be hidden. And then you fold it, not in a concertina, but just make sure that you have got these little plateau kind of elements in here, because that's what sits outside of the spine. So this is where the trickiest bit of the whole thing is. It might take a few seconds, especially the first time that you do it. Take your time. Just make sure that there is one of these ones that is slightly longer, and it's designed on purpose, so you can go in and you know which one to put first. So you put the longer first, and then you can see that you have got the longer elements in here, and then you press them down. Now, again, take your time. Down there it goes, and then you go in that one. And you know, if it's a little bit tricky the first time, it's normal, so don't worry about it. See,
that looks really easy actually, Paola.
Well, I think so, but then it's, of course, it's not like the first time is always a little bit trickier. This is why the other one is shorter, because you want to go in. If it was longer, if they were over, that's it. That's the tricky bit. Okay. Now, you have got the hinges, and now, but this is kind of can come off. Well, you have got these other two dies, and again, let me show you. So far, we have used that one, we have used that one, and then we have got these two dies in here. Now, they are identical, and you have got a wider one and a thinner one in each of them. The reason being is because these pages, you never know how many pages you are going to put in your book. If all depends on the thickness. So for instance, if you want to put pages that are watercolor cardstock at 300 GSM, I would only put 2 pages per signature, right?
Okay. And when you say signature, what's a signature?
A signature is this. So basically, this is a signature.
Got you.
Then this would be another signature.
Got you.
So basically, it's the little booklets that we put in a book.
Can you put a page on a signature and then put another page over that signature on the same one?
So yes, of course you can do. But basically what you do is you do several pages within a signature.
Yes.
So for instance, this one is the signature. Now, this is the whole thing about the Boundless book. By the way, we do have the floral page on the show, and you can see how they all have got the same aperture. Isn't so you can clever? And this one is from the original one of the books. So again, you can. They all work together, including the butterfly page or the hexagon. You can see in here. And this is why they are one some thinner, because if you wanted to put more pages.
Yes, I was going to ask a question about that. With the pegging system that you're using there, which you're putting in, do we need to have that cut from like sturdier cardstock?
Right, that's a good
just regular
question.
Cardstock?
Now I'm going to say so I would say definitely the locking mechanisms. I would go always 200 and above.
Okay.
Ideally, you want it 250 or something like that, a little bit sturdier. Yep. But you don't worry too much, because even this is 200 and it's holding it perfectly fine. Yes. The covers, I like to do them 230 above,
Yes.
but I have done some 200, and for instance, this one is 216. And what I would do is then use the panels. You know, you can use another panel and put it in here to give more strength. And what you can always do is die cut another spine, glue it, or just leave it like this to
yes.
strengthen
Got
the
you.
spine. Don't do two doubles, because if you do two like the identical, then the score lines are not going to be perfect. So it's always better to trim it like this, glue it or not glue it, but that will definitely strengthen.
Do you know what's nice about this as well? It could be a living book, and by that I mean if you've got a new niece or nephew, son or daughter, grandson or granddaughter to the family, you put the first set of pictures in, you gift the book. And then as you take more pictures, you can add more pages, and the book can get bigger and bigger and bigger. And that's what I mean by a living book. And it could also be the same with your journals as well. Sometimes when you get a journal book, I don't know about you, Paula, when you've got lots and lots of pages in there, it's a bit daunting. You think, well, I'm not going to do that many things. But when you get this, just put the first page in, that's started your journey, and you close the book and that's done. And then when you feel something else, or you get your mojo, or you've got a feeling that you want to write down, you put that in.
Absolutely.
And it's not too overwhelming, is it?
It's not overwhelming. Now, the fiber page is the one that has 5 by 7 pages with the aperture in here. Perfect there. Now, this is talking about that living one.
Yes.
What about a recipe book? So here I use some of Graphic 45 papers that are all about recipes. So I kind of use some of these cards as well, journaling cards, glue them together. And then I have used some of my recipes. I die cut it out of acetate as well, so I can protect the recipes. So when I'm doing my recipes, I can follow it. And then also I have got here, I'm not going to show, but you can see some free recipe cards that I have
know
got.
where that one's come from.
So, that's
Which one is it?
that's
Chicken and ortolotti beans.
Yeah. Well, yes, something like that. Anyway,
Very nice.
so this
and you've got some chocolate recipes in here.
Yes, of course.
See how easy it is just to flick through.
Yeah, and also I wanted to show you the book plate, how it goes. So we die cut it, right, and this is when you die cut it, this is how they will come. I recommend it to do mirror card, because then you get that exceptional metal look. Like you will get as well the indentation, so you get that kind of more realistic. Now you fold it, and this one you kind of want to fold it like so. Fold the bottom as well, and then that one inwards. Now the bottom, these ones are gonna go like so, and the bottom needs to be flat like this, because that's what is gonna hold the label. Again, without any glue, just slot it into these places. Go like this. Can you see it at that angle, like that?
Yep.
And then you slide it in, go down, press down, and then slide up a little, and that's locked.
Isn't that clever?
And then you have got the die that will cut the label, and I designed it so you have got 2 scoring lines, so you know that the